Welcome to the answers for number 8. Well done if you've got this far. So, question 1. On the H shape, draw all the lines of symmetry. So, mirror lines, lines of symmetry. So, there's a line of symmetry down the middle here. There we go. And there's another line of symmetry across the middle. Like that. So, 2 lines of symmetry. Part B. This shape with flags on it has rotational symmetry. Write down the order of rotational symmetry. So you can see this shape would fit into itself 3 times if you span it around, so it's order 3. Now, we've got a timetable here for a rocket ship, and it's got a load of places. You can see there are actually 3 rocket ships. The first one leaves the Earth at 7:18 and gets to the Koprulu sector at 8:50. The second one leaves at 7:45, and the third one leaves at 8:33. So there's 3 rocket ships, a bit like a bus, really. And indeed, it says a bus here. Perhaps it means rocket ship. So it leaves Earth at 7:45. At what time should the rocket arrive at Tatooine? So 7:45 there. So that must be the time it left. So it would arrive at Tatooine at 8:05. 08:05. Okay, Peter arrives at the Alderaan rocket stop at 8:35. Waits for the next rocket to the Koprulu sector. How many minutes should he wait? So he arrives at Alderaan at 8:35. So there's Alderaan. Now if he arrives at 8:35, that means he's missed this one. He's missed this one. He's got to wait for that one. So 8:35. So if we add on 5, we get to 8:40. And if we add on 6, we get to 8:46. So 5 and 6 together make 11. He's got to wait 11 minutes. And at what time should he arrive at the Koprulu sector? Well, if he's just jumped on this rocket ship, then he will get to the Koprulu sector at 10 o'clock. Okay, Marie gets the bus rocket from Moon at 7:26. How many minutes should the bus take to travel from Moon to the Citadel? So, Moon to Citadel, 7:26. So here's the Moon. There's 7:26. And how long will it take to get to the Citadel down here? Okay, so 7:26. So 7:26, we start at 7:26. We add on 4, and that gets us to 7:30. Add on 10, and that gets us to 7:40. And you see where I mean for 7:47. 7:47, that's another 7. So 4, add 10 is 14, add 7 is 21, so it takes 21 minutes. Notice how helpful it was writing this stuff down. Don't try and do it in your head, or if you do it in your head, try it again and write stuff down to just confirm, let you know you've got it right. It's so easy to get it wrong if you try and do it in your head. Okay, question 3. Here are the first 5 terms of an arithmetic sequence. Okay, that's a bit of a horrible word, but look, first thing you can do, 2 to 6, that goes up by 4. 6 to 10, that goes up by 4, and it goes up by 4 each time. Find, in terms of n, an expression for the nth term of the sequence. Well, this sequence is very, very straightforward. Because it goes up in 4, it's a bit like the 4 times table. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So there's a 4 times table. And we write that 4n. That means the 4 times table. But you can see that the numbers they've given us are all a bit less. So that's 2 less. That's 2 less. That's 2 less. So it's the 4 times table take away 2. An expression for the nth term of another sequence is 10 minus n squared. So this is one that someone else has made up. Find the third term of the sequence. So third term, that means n equals 3. So then we use this little formula. We go 10 minus 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, and 10 minus 9 is 1. Please forgive this pen. And find the fifth term. So that means that n is 5. So we do 10 take away 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. So it's 10 take away 25, which of course is minus 15. Okay, on to the slightly harder questions now. P is inversely proportional to V. So before I go any further, I'm just going to write that using symbols. P, that's proportional. That makes it inversely proportional to V. So that is a statement of proportionality. I can turn that into a formula by putting a constant k in. And now I use the pair of values they gave me to work out what that constant is. So P is 5, and that equals k divided by 8 times both sides by 8, and I get 40 equals k. So my formula is P equals 40 over V. And all I did was I took this formula and a value of k and I put that into the formula. Now, calculate the value of P when V equals 2. Well, it's very straightforward because I know that P is 40 divided by V, and here V is 2. 40 divided by 2 is 20. Okay, bit of sampling. So we've got ages of 1,000 teenagers, and Simone takes a sample of 50 of them stratified by age. And what that means is that the sample has got similar proportions of each age as the actual group here. So just for example, if we have a look, see that in the group of 1,000 teenagers, their 14-year-olds are the most common. There's the most of them. That means in her sample of 50, 14 would be the most numerous age group represented. So calculate the number of 14-year-olds she should have in her sample. So we look at the 1,000 teenagers, and we can see that the fraction of them that are 14 is 180 out of 1,000. So that's our fraction, 14-year-olds. And then we multiply that by our sample size, and we get that fraction of 50, which works out to be 9. Okay, expand and simplify. So you might do this with the grid. Whatever you do, make sure you're getting it right. That's x squared. X times 5 is plus 5x minus 3x. And finally, minus 15. Make sure you times and you're not adding. Now those two there become plus 2x. So our final answer is x squared plus 2x minus 15. Now, part B, we've got to solve it. So the first thing to solve we try factorising it. So it's going to be x there and there, and it's going to equal 0. Now, we look at the 9. 9 is 3 lots of 3, or one lot of 9. Now, 3 and 3 are not going to make 8, but 1 and 9 will make 8. Now, we want it to be a positive 8, so that means it's plus 9 minus 1. So that's factorising. If we want the last marks, then we need to solve, and that means we need to say that x could be equal to 1, or x could be equal to negative 9. And there we go. I hope you were successful, and good luck when you come to doing your exams.